got a death curse.
We have here a list of 12 final girls, and we are going to rank them. Jim, what do you think enables the best kind of final girl?
All right, I would say, the toughness that they bring to the character. I think the overall arc of the character from where they start to where they end, how
Okay.
much they bring into the final fight,
Okay.
things of those natures.
Okay. I can get behind that. I definitely think they have to be interesting. They have to
Right.
be someone you want to follow. They have to be one of those types of characters that when they survive, it's like, yes, they did it. And I, honest to God, I think one thing about this series, and we'll see on this list and how you feel about people, how I feel about people, I think there is a big lackluster of final girls in this. Not to say that there aren't great ones. We're going to find them. And I bet we'll be similar to where we agree. But here we go with the ranking. We'll start with the first and we'll work all the way to the final, which was the reboot. Alice. Alice survived Mama Voorhees. She did not survive Jason Voorhees.
Right.
I give her credit in the fight with Pamela. Like, it was a dog fight for sure. And being the original, I wouldn't have a problem putting her in like the 5 or 6 area. How about you? What do you feel?
Yeah, I think Alice is decent. Like I said, she put up a decent fight. Seems to be more of the I don't know how else to say it. We'll say virginal type character. To where, you feel like she hasn't really been in a fight before.
She has a very Laurie Strode from Halloween
Yes.
feel.
She also had to fend off the advances of an older camp.
Yeah, she did.
I like Alice. I don't think she's necessarily like all the way at the top, but yeah, like the top middle.
Okay, well, what do you think? 5 or 6? You place her. And
I'd say 5 for now.
Okay, put her at 5 for now. All right, so then we move on to part 2, Jenny Field. Jenny, I love because she has spunkiness. She comes in late. She runs the show. She, asserts kind of a dominance on everybody at the camp. She knows her shit. Like, there's one scene where she's doing some heavy lifting. Like, she's doing the work. And then she fights Jason and wins. And in a smart way. Like, granted, no matter how you feel about the ending, and I will always say this, even as a fan, like, I don't know how she would have come up being like, oh, I'm going to put on this fucking sweater and he's going to think I'm mommy. But without fighting the battle, that's, using her brain. So, brain, grit, as you put it. For me, it's a 1 or 2 for her.
Yeah, I don't disagree. She's definitely a strong and a smart character. I think she, in many ways, subverts what you would expect from a final girl. She has that kind of like when you first meet her, like you said, she shows up late. She's like just kind of cracking jokes. She's not taking things super seriously, but she is coming across smart. But she doesn't come across as the type of character that you would think of as being like, oh yeah, she's going to survive this slasher movie.
Right, 100%. So for me, it's 1 or 2. Put her where you put her for now. We'll come back.
Yeah, that'll be a discussion.
Yeah, that's fine. Chris Higgins. So here's my thing about Higgins. As a former pro wrestler, as a guy that watches pro wrestling, Chris Higgins, in my opinion, is the epitome of win by disqualification. Like, even when you watch the movie, maybe the biggest detriment to part 3, I don't know who could be final anything in that movie, okay? I thought the van was going to be the final girl before any of the characters. She does survive. I feel like she did more running than actual, battle. Like, even at the end when she is kind of fighting back, guy jumps out the closet to get the best of Jason before he kills her. And then like she gets away. Again, she runs. I don't think she's high. She's not the worst, but for me, this is our first low.
Yeah, you're right. She is definitely on the lower end. Definitely not the worst, but she is on the lower end. She comes across as a victim
Right,
throughout the entire movie.
right,
Like even at the end of it, she's still a victim. Like you said, she survives. She doesn't defeat Jason. She survives Jason.
right.
Um, so
Where
yeah,
where you look at the first two movies, like Alice wakes up, she's like, "Where is he? Where's the boy? Where is he?" There was no boy. He's still down there. Like, hold of herself. Ginny wakes up. Where's my boyfriend? Where'd he go? What happened to him? What's going on? Like, purely confused. Chris put her in the back of her car. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I'd say put her at like number 8 for the time being in my
yeah.
eyes.
No, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Sick. All right. Trish Jarvis. Trish, in a movie full of delicious characters, probably one of the best in Friday the 13th history. There's a moment, and maybe it's more of the mom I'm thinking of, so give me like a little leeway here. But like, I feel like there's a point in the movie where she just disappears and then just randomly comes back. As a final girl in the final fight, absolutely rocking chops, hurting them, doing the whole gig. I still think there's that lack of final girl in my eyes, especially because we're never going to get what happened to her. Like at the end of part 4, Tommy and her hug,
Yeah.
and his eyes open, and that's all we know. But she never comes back. For me, you needed a little bit more. I would probably put her right below Alice if it's just me.
Yeah, Trish gets lost, I think, because of the, like you said, the cast of characters in that movie, like, overshadow her. And because it's also not really, I mean, we're not, because we're not including Tommy, but it is very much the focus is on Tommy. So she does get lost a lot in this movie.
Right.
But she does have some strength to her. She does have like some character to her. She's invited to come skinny dip and party, and she's just like, no, it's fine. I'm good.
Yeah, she's smart. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So yeah, I definitely would not put her above Alice, but I would not put her towards the bottom. So I would say, yeah, just below Alice is probably about the right spot for her.
So do we have Alice at 5, and now we can put her at 6?
Yeah, for now.
Okay, I'm into that. For now. All right, let's move on to A New Beginnings, Pam Roberts. Roberts, to me, was a leader. Like, she's running this hospital for kids, with the other guy. And, like, she definitely has mother qualities. Like, I would say she's probably the oldest out of all the final girls in this. And she lasts the whole time. But you're also getting to the end of the movie where Tommy lives, the little kid lives, she lives. Like, and they didn't verse Jason. They versed Roy. I don't think she's bad, but again, just like in the ones we just talked about, like, because of that, I don't necessarily want to put her higher than Alice or our last one, Trish. I would say she's just below Trish.
But higher than Chris?
Yes. Oh, Chris! Yeah. Yes. Higher than Chris.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Pam's another one who I feel gets lost a little bit because, again, it's not really her movie.
Right.
It's full of other characters that are more entertaining, more interesting. But she is, smart. She is running the show. She does have an in-charge quality to her.
Right.
But she does kind of get knocked down for fighting Roy and not really fighting, to be honest. She's just, for the most part, kind of there.
Yes.
So, yeah, we can put her above Chris.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm into that. All right, now we move on to part 6's Megan Garris. I think out of what I loved about Ginny, Megan brings tenfold of the charm, the sarcasm, the want to be in danger, also very active in this, taking on the police, driving like a madman. Like, there's a lot in her that's great. And yes, she's not the final one to fight Jason, but she lasted against zombie Jason. And I think that says a lot. Not my favorite, won't be my favorite, but I think would give credence to top. Well, I guess, what's the highest we've gotten so far? Ginny's
Right now,
at
we got
1?
Alice at 5. We have Alice at 5 is the highest, not counting Ginny.
Not counting Ginny. I think Megan would be a 4.
The only reason why I have trouble with Megan,
Okay.
first of all, she's not the best Megan from a horror movie. No, I'm just...
Very fair. Very fair.
But no, you're right as far as like her character. Her character has a lot of fun, and she's definitely has a personality and strength. And yes, she takes on the police, but I don't feel like she really takes on Jason. I think she never really has much of an interaction with Jason one-on-one.
No, and not throughout the entire thing.
Yeah, she's just kind of there as, as like a pseudo love interest and being kind of spunky. Like, she has that spunky attitude.
Right.
So I think from a character standpoint, she gets elevated. I mean, I don't know. I have a hard time putting her above Alice personally.
Okay, very fair. Very fair. Alice faced off with Pam, which is absolutely right. Because she does not touch Jason, there's not really a fight to get her that final girl status. Same time, doesn't go cuckoo bananas like Chris. So I would say because also, all right, so Alice, then it's who?
Right now we have Alice, Trish, then Pam.
Alice, Trish, Pam. I guess she's got to go below Pam or just above. For me. I'm not going any lower, but I respect your didn't fight Jason, even though she survived.
Yeah, because I'll put her above Pam just off of personality alone.
Yeah, I just think it's a better personality. I want to watch him the whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Part 7, Tina Shepard.
This is where the conversation starts.
This is the convo. Because you got to think. So Tina, a person filled with trauma. Just absolute dog shit trauma throughout her life. Fucking watched her dad fight mom, killed her dad. Her therapist brings her back to the scene of the crime. She's reliving all this hell. Brings back zombie Jason. This guy likes her, but this fucked up chick wants to also just do this guy because she can't have him. And through all this, Tina has fucking psychic abilities that she's learning to control to eventually fight Jason. I have gone on record for many a years, Part 7 is an all-timer for me. Like, if I got to think of one, it is the one. Like, she's badass. She's got superpowers. None of these other motherfuckers got superpowers. If your chat with me is to put her at 1, you got no argument.
I think she's badass while still having a vulnerability.
Yes. Very true. So fucking true.
So, as much as I think Ginny is a strong character, I have a hard time putting Ginny over Tina. I could go either way on Ginny and Tina. But I think because of, you have that double-sided character of her being able to be a badass and fight strong while still being vulnerable, I think that just elevates her up into the 1 spot.
100%. 100%. Tina's number 1 so far. I love it. I love it. All right, now we move on to Part 8, Renee Wickham. It's hard. This one's the hardest because on paper, watching the movie, I have no interest. Blandest, if Final Girl was a glass of water, it's Rennie. But that's just after watching. On paper, you're talking she survived against Jason when he was a boy in the lake, supposedly, allegedly. Fake news, real news, who knows? She has battles with Jason. Comes to her room, tries to choke the shit out of her. She fights him in the sewer, or at least trying to get away from him in the sewer. I can't get behind the blandness. I don't think there's a lesson she learns. There's no uprising for her, in a way. She gets high. That's about it. She gets high. She gets absolutely inundated with HIV from that used needle.
Yeah, she is a bland character. I think we can try to give her some defense when we were talking about the movie and saying that she's somewhat insane. And that she imagines a lot of the stuff. I think she probably imagined that initial attack as a young person in the lake. I think she's always had delusions and hallucinations, and I think it continues throughout. But that's defending through our own imagination.
Right.
On the paper, on the movie itself, she is very bland, and she doesn't really put up any real fight. I mean, she just kind of gets lucky at the end,
Right.
with the sewer and the toxic waste coming through the sewer. I mean, she just gets lucky.
100%.
So yeah, I don't see her being ranked very high.
Okay. Above Chris?
Man, I feel like it's as
Below Chris.
I would probably put her below Chris just because
Okay, put her below Chris. I agree.
if it'd be different if it was like within the movie that yes, she's hallucinating all of this bullshit.
Right.
Then I would say, okay, fine, that would make her more interesting. But that's something that we've had to kind of put in ourselves.
Right. Yeah, it's not explained to us, so why should I do the extra work?
Right.
Jessica. In a world that they said Voorhees was a family, and a Voorhees he was born, and through a Voorhees he shall be reborn. Jessica, family akin to Jason, has a child that Jason wants so he can become full again. It's really weird because in this one, she's not the focal point throughout the fucking movie until Duke is like, "Hey, you're gonna have to beat this guy that likes a fucking girl in a pink dress putting a hot dog through a donut." And she gets the gnarly knife, which is kind of cool. And then she is, let alone, defeats Jason. Fucking dagger through the heart. Fucking cool little end there. I like her. I actually like her. Like, I like the bit. My issues is that she's not a focal point throughout the fucking movie. It's the boyfriend, it's fucking Duke, then it's it's like the town almost is the main character. Right below Alice.
Yeah, like you said, the fact that again she suffers from it not feeling like her movie, and that there's more interesting characters in this movie, like the boyfriend and Duke. She does have a good arc, I guess, from where she starts to where she ends, and she does finish off Jason.
Yep.
So yeah, we can put her above Trish.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I think that's fine. All right, Jason X, Rowan. Again, I sit here, and for this Jason movie, which, in all purposes, whatever you think about it in the world, the fact of the matter is, Jason becomes Uber Jason. He becomes a very advanced version of himself. Probably has vocal cords. We don't know. But the more I watch it and the more I look at it just for this conversation alone, and what I've noticed on some of these is like, he was the most badass Jason, and she fought him at the beginning as Rego Jason, and kind of got the better of him.
Yeah.
But by the end of this movie, an android lives, the android's doctor friend fucker lives, she lives, And even the security guy who stops Jason finally, kind of technically you could look at lives and is the reason why Jason was defeated. I think she's good, but because of all those purposes, the fish out of water kind of feel, and which is neat because she doesn't know where she is or what the fuck's going on. But I think that's what kind of keeps her out of the top 4 in my eyes.
Yeah.
But I would say 6 or 7 would be where I would put her.
Yeah, I don't disagree. She gets the benefit of like already kind of knowing what's going on. I mean, she doesn't know the future. When she wakes up in the future, she doesn't know where she is and what's happening, but she already knows who Jason is and what Jason's capable of.
Right.
Versus a lot of these other characters that are kind of going in, blank. They don't know. Shit's just all of a sudden happening. It's like, oh no, what's happening? We have to respond. Where she already knows. So she already has a leg up and still struggles in many ways.
Right.
And then also being set in the future and having all these other people, like you said, there's a security guy with, a military, background and has these big guns. And then you have an android that's able to learn, karate and shooting and all this stuff. So she has a lot of help.
Yes.
So because of all that, I like the character's not bad. And she does do what she needs to do, but she has too much of a leg up already.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, to be honest, we could say the same thing about Tina in some ways, but that's okay. That's okay. We're giving her a pass.
We're giving the pass.
We're giving her a pass. But yeah, I would put her somewhere in that middle ground time frame. Who did you say?
I mean, I think she's below Alice and below Trish.
Next one would be Megan.
I honestly, I'd put her above Megan.
Okay.
Like she fought more to Jason than Megan. So we will move on to Lori from Freddy vs. Jason. Okay, hear me out. You got to hear me out. You got to understand where I'm coming from here. In this movie, which they tried to combine Friday the 13th and A Nightmare on Elm Street, Lori is a Nightmare on Elm Street final girl trapped in a Jason movie.
Right.
She doesn't beat Jason. She beats Freddy. And I think if we are including her in this, at most I'm willing to give you is above Chris.
Man, that's way low.
Well, it's the deal though. Like she is set to fight Freddy.
Yeah.
Her and everybody around her is getting fucked up by Jason. Kelly Rowland's getting fucked up by Jason. The fucking nerd from Girl Next Door is too. But like the movie is centered like featuring Jason. Like this movie should have been called Freddy featuring Jason. That's what the movie should have been called.
Yeah, you're right in that she is very much a Nightmare on Elm Street final girl. She has like that type of character. It's that type of arc. It's all, and most of her interactions are with Freddy.
Right.
And so if we're ranking it as a Friday the 13th character, then she's barely, then I would argue that I'm fine with the argument that she's barely involved in anything.
Okay, that's what I like to hear. Because like I don't mind her. I don't love her. Even if we considered the Nightmare on Elm Street final girls, like I don't look at her as a top tier there either. So like for me, I just do not, I don't know. There's something that's off-putting about her. Like I do think she has interesting stuff, but again, it goes back to Freddy is the one giving her shit, not Jason.
Yeah. So you said below or above Chris?
I said I'm willing to go above Chris, but no, fuck that. Below Chris. Below Chris.
What was her name again? I already forgot her name.
Lori.
Oh, I don't know.
And I say this because as much shit as I'm saying, Chris at least had a final interaction with Jason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're
Right.
probably on par of likableness for characters, and just because Chris had interaction with Jason. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, and now we will wrap things up with Whitney from Friday the 13th, 2009. So, on a movie stake, I find it very interesting that this character was kidnapped by Jason, held captive majority of the movie,
Right.
to the final bits when Jared Padalecki saves his sister, her, and they run off. Padalecki kills, but she helps. So I'll give her that. I'll give her the torture too. Like, that's gotta suck. She versed him at the beginning, lost. Where do you go? I'm tough on this one.
Yeah, she's sidelined through the entire movie. We don't, or at least a majority of the movie. I mean, she's believed to be dead through the whole thing. So when she does kind of appear back up, and we're also made to believe, we're thinking that what's her name, Danielle Panabaker, was going to be the final girl.
Yes, they fucking sold it. And honestly, maybe that's part of my problem, because I wish Danielle would have fucking survived.
Yeah, so, she puts up a little bit of a fight towards the end. She does have help with Padalecki's help. I wouldn't put her super high, just because of the fact that she spends so much of the movie sidelined and completely off the grid, because she's not really
Side girl, final girl. Let me tag on. The end of this movie, Jason pops up and grabs her. So beknownst to us, we don't know if she lives.
And to be honest, I'm going to say also, because I said this when we talked about the movie, or when we talked about the movie before, I hate the fact that they threw the mask in the body or whatever into the water, because I'm like, that's your evidence that you didn't do this.
Right.
Like, so that,
100%.
to me, that's a stupid move.
100%. 100%.
Like, oh, hey, who killed all these people? The one we threw in the lake. We disposed of the body.
Okay. I say just below Chris. Or above.
Oh, wow. I was like, where's Chris? Oh, yeah, she's pretty low. I'm going to put her below Chris just because she annoyed me for throwing the stupid thing in the lake at the end.
Okay, I'm into it. That's our ranking of the final girls of Friday the 13th. From bottom to top, Jim, read it off to me.
Bottom to top. Okay, we got on the bottom, Rennie.
Okay.
Chrissy Boren. And then we got Lori.
Okay.
Then Whitney. Then Chris.
Okay.
Then Pam.
Okay.
Then Megan.
Okay.
Then Rowan.
Okay.
Trish.
Okay.
Jessica.
Okay.
Alice.
Okay.
Ginny. And Tina.
Okay. Holy shit. Alice went from starting mid to top 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
We started her at 5, and we just never really shoved anybody in front of her.
We didn't. That's amazing. You know what? I'm not going to lie to you. Pretty fucking stellar list, in my opinion. I think that is apropos to this fucking series.
Yeah.
Wow. What say you fine folks out there? What would be your list? Let us know in the comments down below. Who are your favorite final girls of Friday the 13th? Are you watching Friday the 13th tonight? Let us know, babies. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Make sure you drink and have premarital sex tonight, because Jason's coming to get you, baby.